Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Levi Gardner. I just recently graduated with a degree in meteorology, and I'm hoping to start uploading to this channel frequently. My goal is every day, with the current day's forecast, that evening's forecast, and the next day's forecast. And I'm hoping to improve my forecasting skills by doing this, while providing you with some information. Today is December 5th, 2025, and we are going to start by looking at this chart here. Now, this is a chart showing some conditions around the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and the first thing that sticks out to me is that we have this pretty large and broad U shape across essentially the entire continental United States. This is what we call a trough, and they are associated with low-pressure systems. Now, this one is quite large and quite spread out. Usually they're more compact than this, but it's not unusual to see them be this large and this broad around this time of the year. This trough in particular is associated with a low pressure system that is just off screen to the north in Canada here. As we move through today and into tonight and then into Saturday, it's going to move eastward across the region. We may see some rising motion and thus some precipitation, and we're probably going to see some increased wind speeds at the surface, but the main thing that I'm interested in starts to happen tomorrow night. And it starts happening right here, right at evening time, and it continues to occur as we move into Sunday. And it's this little feature right here, right around the Nebraska-Iowa border. It's kind of like a smaller trough in the middle of the larger trough, and that could be a focus for some precipitation. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that in the future going forward. And we'll also take another look at that later on. Now we're back at the surface, and we're going to be looking at precipitation type and rate. As we move through the day today and into the evening, there's going to be some precipitation in some northwestern parts of lower Michigan. And as we move further into tomorrow morning, there is some light snow kind of around the Grand Rapids area. Some of that could make its way towards us, although this model in particular is not really showing that happening too much. This model is not just a single model, though. This model is an ensemble, which means it's taking a bunch of different models and kind of putting them together. Now, that does mean you can lose some detail for the sake of, more accuracy. So let's look at an individual model that is pretty highly detailed and go through the similar time period. And it does show a pretty similar thing, but you might get some very, very light snow showers in the area early tomorrow morning. But it shouldn't be anything major, definitely nothing that's going to accumulate, just something to keep in mind. Now, if you were awake earlier this morning or had to go outside, you'll know that it was pretty cold this morning. I myself am bundled up a little bit, and this map pretty accurately reflects that. It's showing that temperatures were below 10 degrees, which is definitely true. I think at one point it might have been down to 5 or 4 degrees. But as we move through the day today, temperatures should warm to be in the mid-20s. And thankfully, it will not get as cold tonight. In fact, temperature is not supposed to drop much at all. The coldest temperature we're going to experience tonight and into tomorrow morning is actually going to be right at evening time tonight, with temperatures dipping to just around 20 degrees. As we head into tomorrow, things will be relatively warm compared to how they have been, with temperatures in the high 20s to low 30s. And if we're lucky, we may actually cross freezing. It may briefly warm to freezing or slightly warmer. Unfortunately, that will not last long. temperatures tomorrow night and into Sunday morning are going to drop down into the low to mid 20s. And after that, of course, that's going to be a topic for a different later video, but spoiler, it's going to start to get a little colder again. Now let's take a look at cloud cover. Now, for most of you who have lived in the area for a long time, this is going to come as no surprise. It's going to be cloudy for a while. In fact, it's going to be cloudy for the majority of our forecast period. You may see some breaks in a few breaks in the clouds today, but it's going to be pretty cloudy tonight. It's going to be cloudy all day tomorrow, and it's going to be cloudy heading into Sunday morning. Now, if you're wondering about all the different colors on the map, these are just different level clouds, so they're all clouds. They're just at different heights in the atmosphere. Now we're going back to the precipitation map again, just to point out that system that farther in the future that I said we would talk a little bit about later. Well, now's later. So off on the left-hand side of the map here, you can start to see these blues indicating snowfall start to creep into the area. And that snowfall is likely going to move eastward into our area on Sunday and into Sunday night. And again, that is something that we are going to have to keep an eye on. The last thing I'm going to touch on here is wind. This map is showing wind gusts right around the surface. So through most of today and into the evening, we will see gusts around 20 miles per hour, maybe getting up into the 30 mile per hour range, likely 35 mile per hour range overnight and into tomorrow morning. Then the winds will start to calm down as we move through tomorrow and into tomorrow evening. Sustained winds will be weaker, around 10 to 15 miles per hour through this period, and especially the overnight period. But again, we could see some gusts up to 35 miles per hour. So to conclude, we are likely going to see some warmer temperatures relative to what we have been experiencing through the forecast period, which again is tonight, tomorrow, and the rest of today. We will likely see an increase in wind speeds, and there is a chance for some precipitation, though nothing major. However, we do need to keep watch on Sunday for a chance for some more significant precipitation. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.